Good morning, dear students. Hi, how are you all? Hope you all are doing well. Okay, so welcome once again in another class of science. So let's begin. Now you must have heard about an old saying that health is wealth. Isn't it? Yes, our health is actually our real wealth, because if we have good health, we can enjoy our life very well. Yes or no? So, to have a good health, we must have good food. That is very important thing, isn't it? And we all should have a clean environment. We should have fresh air to breathe, clean water to drink. Okay? So, today we will learn more about the food we eat and how we can maintain and check or keep a check about our health. Okay, so it's lesson 8 of your book, and the name of the chapter is Food and Health. Okay, so let's first take our food. Now, we all should have a balanced diet. Now, diet means the food which we eat in a day. All the food what we eat in a day is called our diet. Now, we must have a balanced diet. You must have heard this and read in your lower classes. Okay, so we all must have a balanced diet. Okay, now how can we make our diet balanced? Very important thing. We can make it a balanced diet by including all the components of food. In general, we have 5 components of food. So let us take them one by one. The first component of the balanced diet is called carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrates, they are also known as energy giving food. They are also known as energy giving food, because in this category we have those food which provide energy to do our work. Okay, so we get carbohydrates from the food like all the cereals like wheat, rice, maize. Okay, then potato, sugar. Okay, jaggery means good. And milk. Okay, so it is very important to include these food items in our diet every day. Clear, children? Now, next component, very important, that is known as proteins. that is proteins. Now proteins are known as body building food. Okay, proteins are also known as bodybuilding food because they help us to grow, to build our muscles. Okay, especially when young children, they need lot of proteins because they have to grow. So proteins, they are known as bodybuilding food and they provide or they help us to grow and to build our muscles. Okay, so we can get proteins from all pulses, lentils, pulses or lentils, they are dal. Okay, then we can get it in cheese. We can get it in cheese, paneer. Those who are non-vegetarian, they can get it from eggs, chicken, meat and milk. Okay, so proteins are also known as bodybuilding food and we get proteins from pulses, lentils, cheese, paneer, eggs, chicken, meat and milk. Clear? Next, the third type or the third component is fats. Third component is fat. Now fat, we get fat from oil, edible oil. Okay, people use vegetable oil, some uses mustard oil, olive oil, groundnut oil, then coconut oil also. Many people in southern India, people use coconut oil. Then butter, ghee. Okay, butter, ghee and finally milk. We get fat from especially these things. And what do fat help us? Fat help us to store energy. It helps us to store energy. If we include fat in our food, they taste good also. Okay, if you take an appropriate amount, it is good. But if you take in excess, it tastes very good. So, but if you take in excess, it will give you obesity, motapa जिसको हम बोलते हैं. Okay, so we have to take it in limit. That is why it is known as balanced diet. Clear, children? Okay. Now, next, the three things we have done. The fourth one. The fourth one is here we have taken the fourth and the fifth together. Now, this is known as, some says it as vitamin, some says vitamin. Both are correct. Okay, so in American English, they call it as vitamins. But Britishers, they speak as vitamins. So both the way it's correct. So vitamins and minerals. We get vitamins and minerals from all type of fresh green vegetables and fruits. Okay, we get vitamins and minerals especially from all the vegetables and fruits. Vitamins and minerals, they are also known as protective food. They are also known as protective food. Okay. Now, why they are called protective food? Because these vitamins and minerals, they help us to protect us from various diseases. Isn't it? From various diseases. Clear? So that is why they help us to fight against diseases. Now, next very important component of our food, that is water. Water is very important because, as you know, about 70% of our body, it consists of water only. So, if we don't have that quantity in our body, so it will be said as dehydrated. Then we can face lot of problem. Yeah. So, water is very important. In a day, a human being should drink at least 7 to 8 glasses of water. It helps in total metabolism of our body. It helps to complete all the metabolism of our body. It helps in digestion, in excretion, in all other main metabolic processes. It helps to complete them. Clear? Next, number 6, very very important, that is roughage. Roughage, they are actually fibers present in our food. Especially these fibers we get in vegetables and fruits. Now these roughage or these fibers help us to get rid of the waste material from our body. Okay, so all the waste materials, they help, these roughage, they help us to get rid of all the waste material. Clear? Now, I hope all the components of the food is clear now. Now, there are some more things which help us to live healthy. So, let us see them. Now, to keep ourselves healthy, very important thing we have learnt about our food, that we must include all these components every day in our diet. Clear? So, another thing is exercise. Regular exercise is very very important. Regular exercise, whether it is a child or a young person or an elderly person, everybody needs regular exercises. Okay, because these exercises help us to keep our body fit. It helps our bones, our muscles to work properly. Okay, so if we exercise, they will be in proper shape. Clear? Next, that is sleep. Sleep is also very important for good health. you must have seen some people, they are continuously working and not at all taking rest or sleeping. So those people will face lot of problem later on. Okay, so like working and exercising is important. Sleep is also important. In 24 hours in a day, about 8 hours of sound sleep is very, very important, because sleep help us to recharge and regain. It refreshes us to work for the next day. We can refresh, we can recharge ourselves and work for the next day. Clear? Now, let us see that suppose we face some difficulties in our health. Now, let us see about different types of diseases. Okay, so just few minutes ago you read about different vitamins. We have different types of vitamins. These vitamins are very, very important, and we must have these vitamins in our diet. But lack of these vitamins in our body can cause diseases. Okay, so lack of these vitamins, they can cause various diseases, and we call them deficiency diseases. We call them deficiency diseases. So let us learn about deficiency diseases. Now, deficiency diseases are also known as non-communicable diseases. They are also known as non-communicable diseases. Now, what are non-communicable diseases? These are the diseases which cannot be spread by person to person. Okay, so they are also known as non-communicable diseases. So let us see one by one. Now, if we have a deficiency of vitamin A. Vitamin A. Now, vitamin A is rich in fruits like papaya, carrot, apple, and then milk, banana. Okay, so these foods, if vitamin A lacks in our food, then a disease known as night blindness can occur. Okay, that means person who lacks vitamin A can have night blindness. This person cannot see properly during night. Okay, so that is why we always tell you to eat lot of carrot during the winter season, because it's very easily available at that time. And carrots, they are rich source of vitamin A, and they help you to keep your eyes healthy. Clear? Next, we have, if we lack vitamin B in our food, a disease known as beriberi is caused. Now, beriberi is caused, and if we have green vegetables and milk in our diet, we will not face this problem. Okay, so beriberi is caused due to the lack of vitamin B. Then, if we lack vitamin C in our diet, we can have a disease known as scurvy. We can have a disease known as scurvy. Now all the citrus fruits, juicy fruits, especially lemon, orange, gooseberry, then grapes, all these things, they are rich sources of vitamin C. So we must include these fruits in our diet regularly. Clear? Then if we have lack of vitamin D in our diet, we can have a disease known as rickets. It straight away attacks the bones. Okay, in rickets, the bones, they get D-shaped. Okay, the bones get D-shaped. So vitamin D is rich in all the fruits, butter, okay, egg. We can get vitamin D. And very important, sunlight. Very, very important, sunlight. If you sit in sun, you can get lot of vitamin D. Clear? So these are known as deficiency disease. Now there are some, these are vitamins, but there are some other minerals also which causes diseases. They are also known as deficiency diseases. Now let's see them also. Now suppose if iodine, the mineral iodine, it lacks in our body, we can have a disease known as goiter. Goiter. Generally, the glands in our neck, they swell up, and we can have a, you can say, a swelled, our neck will be swollen up. Okay, so iodine, the lack of this mineral iodine causes goiter. Clear? Then lack of iron in our body or in our food, it causes anemia. Loss of blood. Okay, so anemia. If we have deficiency of iron, we will have a disease known as anemia. The person will be very, very weak. Okay, the person will not be able to walk properly or do his or her work properly. So we must eat food which are rich in iron, especially like spinach, bananas, we can have it. And for iodine, we can get iodine from iodized salt. That is why you can see the salt which we use, it is known as iodized salt. And brinjal is also rich in iodine. We can have iodine there. Clear? Now, next, let us see next type of disease which is known as communicable diseases. Communicable diseases. Now, what are communicable diseases? Diseases that spread from one person to another. That spreads. Especially from person to person is known as communicable diseases. For example, chickenpox, smallpox, measles, and nowadays which is going on, coronavirus, COVID-19. Okay, so these type of diseases, they are known as communicable diseases because they can spread easily from person to person. So let us learn about this type of diseases in details. Now, these communicable diseases are caused due to microorganisms known as germs. These diseases are generally caused by germs. Now these germs, they spread in various manner. Now what type of germs we can have? We can have bacteria, we can have protozoa, we can have viruses. Okay. So bacteria, many bacteria, they causes diseases like typhoid, cholera, meningitis. Then protozoa, different types of fever like malaria, chikungunya, they are all caused due to, protozoa. Due to protozoa. Clear? And viruses, especially it is caused, these viruses, they cause all types of cold, common cold, influenza, all the flus, influenza, they are caused because of this. Polio, measles, they are caused by viruses. Clear? So let us understand how these germs, they transfer from one person to another. Okay. Now these germs, they can get or they can spread through direct contact. Number one, through direct contact. Suppose we come in contact with a person who has this type of disease. If we sit on his bed or we are very close to him, so we can have it. Then through air, through air, through air. Suppose a person who has common cold or influenza, that person sneezes or coughs, the germs, they travel, or the air that carry the germs, and another person can get that germ, or the germ can infect the another person who is nearby that person. Okay, so the air can carry those germs to other people and it can spread. So that person can also have that same disease. Next, number 3, through food and water. Through food and water. Okay. Now these germs, sometimes they come in contact with the food or the water which we eat or drink. So like if we eat any uncovered food or the water which is not clean or totally contaminated, especially the flies, they sit on the food, or the water sources, if it is near any you can say untidy place it is kept in a, or a not cleaned utensil if it is kept, so we can get diseases. The germs can spread if we eat or if we consume these food or water, we can get this type of diseases. Next, there are many insects which carry this type of diseases. For example, you must have heard about mosquitoes. Mosquitoes, they carry the germs of malaria. They carry protozoa from one person to another person. If it bites one person with malaria, it then again bites another person, so that another person also gets malaria. Same way, if you see lice, they causes typhus fever. Clear? Then rabies. If a dog bite is there, and if that dog is infected with rabies virus, the person whom it is biting, that person also get the same diseases. So these insects are also carrier of these harmful germs. Clear? Now, how we can control the spread of communicable disease? What can we do? Now, if we see these points, first of all, direct contact. How we can see that how to control this part? Suppose if any person has this problem, don't get contacted. Get into that person's contact. Okay, never use that person's you can say utensils or towels or bed or clothes. Never use them, so that you don't get the germs. Clear? Be away from that person. Next, through air. So whenever you are coughing or you are going to that particular area, use a handkerchief. You can use a handkerchief, so that whenever you cough, the germs cannot go or spread in the air. Next, through food and water. Never eat uncovered food. Always see that the food is prepared fresh. The food, whichever you are having, it should be fresh and it should be covered, properly kept in a clean place and properly covered. The water which you are drinking, check that whether it is clean or not. It is better to drink boiled water or properly filtered water. Clear? Next, insects. Whenever there are insects, how these insects they grow? If the surrounding is not clean, then these insects will be there. So keep your surroundings neat and clean, so that these germs or these insects don't come nearby. Everywhere the drains and the toilets and everything should be cleaned properly. Use phenyl water and pour them in the drains, so that no germs or no flies or no insects come, and so that they don't infect you. Clear? Then never eat cut fruits. Always wash the fruits properly, immediately cut it and have it. Never use kept food like that, fruits like that. Clear? Now, next very important part is vaccination. You must have heard this word. Now, another way of protecting people from communicable diseases is vaccination. Okay? Vaccination. Now this vaccination, it was discovered by Dr. Edward Jenner. He first discovered the vaccination for the dreadful disease called smallpox. Now, what is this vaccination actually? A very small quantity of dead or very weak germs are being injected to the person. Okay. So that if that main virus or main germ attack them, it can fight against that particular germ. Okay. So In our country nowadays we have vaccination for so many dreadful diseases like polio, typhoid, then cholera, then diphtheria, so many diseases, and the whole world is waiting for the coronavirus vaccine, isn't it? So vaccination is a very important, and you can say a very positive way to protect people from this type of communicable diseases. So I hope children you understood the chapter. Now for homework, what you have to do, you have to prepare a small chart or a table in your notebook only about, you will write down 5 examples of all the food components of food. Okay, five examples of all the components. Like for carbohydrates you will write 5 food, then for proteins 5 examples, for fat 5 examples, like this. 5 examples you will write for all the components of food, especially the 5 main components. Clear? And secondly, you will make another small table of all the deficiency diseases caused by vitamins and minerals. Clear? Thank you very much children. God bless you.